Okay, so today we are talking about converting between systems um, with regards to dimensional analysis. So when you look at this table here, and you look at what this paragraph here says, we want to just kind of take a look. The U.S. customary system is a system of measurement that contains units for length, capacity, and weight. Capacity, we often call that volume. The metric system is a decimal system of measurement based on powers of 10 that contains units for length, capacity, and mass. Okay, so mass and weight are oftentimes related. And we're going to use these conversion factors. We've been working with conversion factors for the last couple of days, but we're going to look specifically at these. These are going to be the ones that we're going to use most often. You're going to need a calculator today, so if you don't have one, make sure you get one. All right, so we want to use the relationships given in the table to convert between 5 liters to quarts. So let's do that. We have to decide first what we're given. So we're given 5 liters, right? That's our given information. It's our given information. And now we have to see what's our conversion factor. So in this example, so you can see 5 liters is what's given. So we put 5, we've been talking about 5/1. And now we got to look to see what is our conversion factor. Well, that's this, right? Our conversion factor. Right, so now how did they get this 5.26? So they got that from multiplying straight across. So 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 0.95 is 0.95. And now here's where you use your calculator. Keep in mind, right, this is a division problem. So we just use our calculator and do 5 divided by 0.5 to get approximately 5.26 quarts. Units are incredibly important in this entire section, right? So when we look at these examples here, we want to copy and complete the statement, round to the nearest hundredth. That's going to be important for us. Right away, what we need to do is we need to look for conversion factors. Okay, so when we look at the first one, we're going from miles to kilometers. All right, and that's going to be right here. There's your conversion factor. All right, so let's set this problem up with our given and then with our dimensional analysis. So 7 miles over 1, because that's how we start everything. And then we need to get kilometers, and miles goes on bottom. Remember, why do miles go on bottom? Because eventually we're going to cross cancel. So then let's just plug in our numbers now. 1.6 kilometers to 1 mile. And now we just got to make sure that we can cross cancel. Boom, miles, that's gone. And here's where you use your calculator again. 7 times 1.6 will be 11.2 kilometers. Okay, so now when we look at example 2, we know that we're going to go from quarts to liters. So that's going to be this one. I'm going to pause the video and try setting this one up on your own. Okay, so you should have had 12 quarts over 1 times liters and quarts. And now let's plug in our numbers. 1 quart, 0.95 liters. And here's where you're going to use your calculator again, right? Quarts and liters will cancel. Use our calculator again. And we get 11.4 liters. Now, no rounding necessary on that one, right? Okay. So as we look at number 3 and number 4, they're going to be set up a little bit differently. So I just want you to keep that in mind as we set these problems up. So I'll do number 3, and then I want you guys to try number 4 on your own. Right, so this one's going to be kilograms to pounds. So now we're over here with weight and mass. And we have a conversion factor for weight, for pounds to kilograms, or kilograms to pounds, doesn't matter. So we have 25 kilograms over 1 times pounds over kilograms. Because remember, we want to cancel out those kilograms. And now let's plug in our numbers. So we plug in our numbers, 1 pound to 0.45 kilograms. Do you see what's different about this one? So we're actually going to not just go ahead and divide. We want to see what that problem is before we do the division. We want to write this as a division problem before we do division. So 25 times 1 is 25. 1 times 0.45 is 0.45. Now you can see that this is clearly division. And when you do your division on your calculator, you get a repeating number. So we want to round to the nearest hundredth. So that would be 55.56 pounds. Okay. All right, I want you to pause the video and try number 4 on your own. Please talk to your neighbor about it too. Okay, so as you can see, the answer number 4 is 3.15 inches. And that should make sense. 8 centimeters, you kind of visualize that. 8 centimeters is just a couple inches. So that's one of the ways that we want to make sure that we are error checking ourselves, right? Centimeters are smaller than inches, so 8 centimeters will be less inches, right? Set up that problem, make sure you recognize that this one is division. So notice multiplication up here, division down here. All right, so these problems are working on comparing units. So this is a second example. We're going to compare units using greater than, less than. So what we have is here we have 25 ounces to 2 kilograms. And so this example, they converted ounces to kilograms because the first step to this is just pick one to convert. Just pick one to convert. Pick one of those units to convert and then compare. So it doesn't matter which ones you convert, just matters that you do. You have to convert one. You can't compare these because they're not the same units. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to convert one of these. And that's what this person did. That's what this example did. They found that there's a conversion from ounces to pounds. Okay. There's not a conversion from ounces to kilograms. If you look here, right, ounces to grams, or you can go pounds to kilograms. So they decided to go ounces to pounds right here. That's that conversion. And then pounds to kilograms. That's what they did. And so what they actually got was they got 0.7 kilograms. So we have like 0.7 kilograms compared to 2 kilograms, which is of course, less than. 0.7 is less than 2. Okay, so let's look at number 5 together. We're looking at centimeters to inches. So do we have that kind of conversion factor? Well, let's look in our list for centimeters to inches. And yes, we do. We do have a centimeters to inches conversion. So we won't have to do multiple steps. We'll just get to do one, which is kind of nice. So we need to just choose which one to convert. I'm going to choose convert centimeters to inches, just because I can. So 7 centimeters over 1. We always put that given information over 1. And then we have inches and centimeters, right? So then the centimeters is going to go 2.54 on the bottom. So what do you know about this one already? Right, we know that this one's going to be a division problem. So 7 divided by 2.54. We'll use a calculator for that one. Is approximately 2.76 inches. So that's inches. And we want to compare that to 3 inches, which we now see 2.76 is less than. Okay. So this next one, we're going from cups to liters. And so we have a little bit of a problem here because when we go up here to our list, we have cups to pints, or we have cups to fluid ounces. We do not have cups to liters. What we do have is quarts to liters or gallons to liters. So we're going to look at the quarts to liters. So what we got to do is we got to get our cups to become quarts. So we get that quarts to liters, and so what we're going to do is we're going to go cups to pints, and then pints to quarts, and then quarts to liters. So we've got to go cups to pints, pints to quarts, quarts to liters. So we're going to have to do multiple conversions. And we did that yesterday, right? We did those multiple conversions yesterday. So we start off, I'm going to go, let's actually go the reverse of that. Let's do liters to cups. Doesn't really matter how we do it, but let's go liters to cups. So we'll do 2 liters over 1. And then liters on the bottom, quarts on the top. And then quarts on the bottom, pints on the top. And now pints on the bottom, cups on the top. And so now we just got to plug in our numbers here. Sorry about the sound of my computer. It's been doing that recently. So we go over here. Quarts to liters is 1 quart, 0.95 liters. Pints to quarts, that's 2 pints for 1 quart. And then those cups to pints, that's going to be 2 cups, 1 pint. So now we multiply across. 2 times 1 times 2 times 2 is 8. And then 0.95 times all those ones is 0.95. So we have a division problem. Get out your calculator, you start dividing, you get approximately 8.42 cups. So 8.42, so we've got 8 cups compared to 8.42 cups. And of course, 8 cups is then less than 8.42 cups. So the last one, we're taking a look, ounces to grams. Do we have an ounces to grams conversion? Let's see, ounces to grams. Yes, we do have an ounces to grams conversion. 1 ounce, 28.3 grams. So I'm going to go ahead and convert grams to ounces just because I want to try something different. So grams to ounces, I want you to pause the video. You try this one and check your work with me. All right, so 70 grams over 1 times ounces over grams. All right, so now we plug in our conversion factor. 1 ounce, 28.3 grams. It's going to be 70 over 28.3, which is approximately equal to 2.47 ounces. So we know that 3 ounces compared to 2.47 ounces, there's my computer starting back up again, is of course going to be greater than. So greater than. All right. So questions on any of those, make sure that you ask. Make sure you ask your neighbors. Make sure you ask your teacher. Homework for today, you'll see the worksheet that you have. Not too much work, but these first couple right here, these first 6, there's no work involved here. You just want to think about them, like literally just picture them. Just think about their sizes. There shouldn't be any work involved in these. You can see why. But then when you get to these down here, these we want to use dimensional analysis. So you got to show your work for those, okay?